G'day everyone, how are you? Oh, golly gosh, I have got myself in a bit of bother, haven't I, with these videos. Such is life. I should not have started this kindness thing, because I think that's been a problem over the centuries, people trying to explain kindness and unkindness. It's actually, I've had one of those days. Have you ever had one of those days where you've just felt like a big rat stuck in headlights, where in the middle of the road, in the desert, and you just feel like it's safe because you're used to that light, and then something hits you, and then you wake up and you're lying flat on the road, and all you want to do is attack someone because you don't know how you got so hurt and so painful. I've had sort of one of those days. Oh my gosh, damn, there I go again. Talking language no one would understand, sorry. A big red down here is a kangaroo out the back, and you do not hit them. You do not. If you see one on the road, you've got to watch out for them because they'll do more damage to your car than you do to them. And they'll usually jump away and your car can't drive. And never pick one up either, just call someone for help. That's some advice if you're travelling down under. Simple steps to unkindness. Now this is hard, because I bet you that person who ever thought of 6 words and put them together, if they came back now, I'm sure they'll be in a confusing mess and wouldn't understand what's going on. And I think those 6 words are unconditional love and love one another and another. Love one and another. How can 6 little words cause so much war, so much grief, so much trouble to people and families who just want to live in peace? This is why I think it's important to think about unkindness and how we all contribute to it. I'll put up my hand. I can be unkind. Now, the problem with this video is there's 2 forms of unkindness. There's a mob unkindness and there's an individual unkindness. And I guess a really good way to look at it is the UN and our human rights, and how many people actually try their hardest to provide a life for others, and how many people from all different educations, cultures, all over the world tried to bring peace at one stage or another. And people were unkind to them. And that stopped other people from being kind, and the chain reaction goes on and on and on and on. So what do you do? What do you really do? It's not like Songland where you sing a song and you can make it all right and everything's perfect. It's not like laws where you can put in a law and believe that everyone's going to follow that law, because there's always will be someone who will have their own interpretation of the law or their own interpretation of that song. So when you live life, it gets and you feel like that kangaroo stuck in that safety of false light. So how do we take this? So if we're trapped in a world where to be kind, we sort of need to be unkind to people, and unconditional love can get caught up in all that because people use that against you. Because simply, for me, when I was so confident as a teenager. I thought, right, I believe in God, I believe in my Father, I do the right thing, I try to not let anyone suffer. Nothing can harm me because I've got that power behind me. And I was so wrong. Not because I didn't have the power behind me, because I wasn't prepared for people using those words and that knowledge for themselves. So that's the first step. You can be unkind to another without even knowing it, is by using what's in front of you to self-promote yourself for your own self-gain, and not for any gain but your own. There's been a perfect example the last 4 years on that one, but I won't mention any names. And you can deceive and trick people into believing that you're a very, very nice person. And eventually there will come a time when you have to be nice, or your perfect persona needs to be showing that you did the wrong thing, and then you go and blame another. I think that's the steps to unkindness, is not accepting responsibility and not treating each other with respect and dignity. And we slowly learn that it's acceptable to do that. So have a think about that one, because I think we've come to the stage where we need to really think about that, and maybe try and find a way where you can stand up for yourself and blend into the community and balance with the world around, with what you've got in front of you. And maybe by small steps you will start a small reaction in your own little world that can help others. And our children will be born repeatedly into a cycle of our mistakes and our wars and everything, because that's what the UN was brought for. And I think we need to respect those people before the UN and while the UN existed, and stop bullying them into money and self-pride. And let's have some community pride. I think that's the steps to kindness. Let me know what you think. And I'll dip up on a bit because I've told you I had one of those days. See you, everyone. Thank you for listening.